And now, a time travel documentary from the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. Not many people know that in another existence, in another time, in another part of the multiverse, there was a world that existed without the 108 tournament. Thanks to Father Zoe, we get this multiverse existence here on Earth-6969420. Father Zoe, in his normal existence, every spring, lived for excitement and the White Sox. But in his normal, boring existence, he felt like he was missing something. So, him and his friend, the Reverend KFidds, embarked on a journey of invention and science. The two met at the Twin Pines Mall at 1:16 in the morning, where the Reverend KFidds unveiled a potentially new, possibly life-changing invention made out of a DeLorean. That's right, it was a time machine with a flux capacitor. So the two programmed in a few dates and gave it a test drive. After a successful travel through time, both knew it was time to give it a shot and go back and plant the seed of something special, a social media tournament for White Sox fans. The two traveled back in time to 1955, where they stopped in Hill Valley, California, a nice place to live if you're My Sox Summer and you lived on the West Coast. There, they went searching for a special couple, the parents of Beefloaf and Chirizi. Luckily, after stopping in a diner, he recognized the silhouette and side view of a very familiar schnoz. He had found Beefloaf and Chirizi's father. But before he could actually explain and plant the seed of the 108 tournament, the neighborhood bully entered the diner with his posse of thugs and troublemakers. But Zoe wasn't having any of this. Zoe's not scared of Ken W.O. So in a conversation, Sweaty Ken said all he had to, but of course, Father Zoe popped him in his face, took off, stole a kid's skateboard, and rode through the town being chased by Ken W.O. Unfortunately for Ken and his posse, Father Zoe lures the thugs into a trap, and just as they think they're going to squish him into the back of a manure truck, Father Zoe spins out, and the manure truck spills all over Ken W.O., his posse, and his Chevette, as Father Zoe is the first to invent the skateboard. That day, he goes to find Chirizi and Beeflo's mother, and in discussing this potential 108 tournament, it turns out she has a crush on Father Zoe. But Father Zoe is a man of character and integrity, so he continued on and formulates a plot to help Beefloaf and Chirizi's mother and father finally meet and fall in love, thus planting the seed for the 108 tournament. As they formulate a plan, he visits Beefloaf's father and explains to him the plot, happily, and then he has Beefloaf and Chirizi's mom come to the lab, where the Reverend KFidds explains how important a 108 tournament is, even to Cub fans. That night, at the dance, just as everything seemed to be going well, Ken W.O. shows up again. But Beefloaf's father tries to stop it, and the evil bully Ken W.O. grabs him by the arm. Chirizi and Beefloaf's father will have nothing to do with it, and he curls his fist, knocks Ken W.O. the fuck out. Thus, the two go to the dance. They kiss for the first time and fall in love, and as a tribute, Father Zoe decides to play a few of his favorite guitar tunes from the Grateful Dead. He rocks out, and then it's time to travel back to the future. Before he leaves, he gives them one reminder that one day their children must create this social media contest. Zoe travels back to the future, again in the DeLorean, with the Reverend KFidds, who again could very well be in 1955 or 2022 because he's just old balls. But KFidds pops in the next morning to Father Zoe's house, explaining that they need to go to the future now because Ken W.O. has also learned to time travel. And there's a whole nother multiverse that features 3 evil Kens. So the two travel back to the future. They run into Evil Ken, who wears a weird helmet that looks like the tip of a penis. Zoe gets into another skateboard battle with the group and foils them all, which in turn foils the future, past, and present of Ken W.O., who fades into existence as an old fart. And as Father Zoe returns back to the time, all seems to be well. Or is it? This has been a time travel documentary from the Pinwheels and Ivy. Thank you. And don't forget, vote for Father Zoe in the 108 tournament, or I will go back in time and literally snatch the existence from your body.